Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question. And Fred, we did get some email questions this week.
Okay.
You can always email Fred either directly at fred@planttalkradio.com or just go to our website, planttalkradio.com, and click on the Ask Fred button. Natalie sent us in an email this week, and she says, I'm growing Sweet William for the first time. I planted the seeds last year and did not get any flowers, but this year the blooms are gorgeous. I want to save the seed for replanting. Any tips?
Yes, very definitely. Number one, to understand the plant. What you planted was a biennial, and that is different from the annual and perennial because a biennial comes in from seed, makes a nice little plant of various sizes and so on the first year. Then it dies down to the ground very much like a perennial will, but then it comes back the second year in its flowering stage. Flowers, well, like you're saying right now, very beautifully, and then that plant dies. Now, you can, when the capsules, how do I explain this? The capsules will open and spill the little seeds, look like peppercorns. Very miniaturized peppercorns, little black spots, size of a period at the end of a sentence in the newspaper. That is next year's plant. That will be the one that has the green only, and then flowers the next year. Now, you can start by saving some, and I would put them in an envelope, mark what they are, put them in the back spot of the fridge where it'll stay in the 40-ish range of temperature, and then plant them next spring so that you know you're getting a seeding start like you did last year. Then you might let Mother Nature take over to a certain extent. As those little capsules are ready to open, they kind of pop open and drop the seed. They will start the process of this every other year ongoing situation. Makes them look very much like a perennial, and yet they aren't when you study the individual plants. So I would say to secure your position, do pick some of the capsules when they're starting to turn brown from the flower, or pick the flower that was turned into a capsule. It will have the seed in it, or you can break it open with your thumbnails and spill the seed into the envelope. Now, don't sneeze into the envelope or they'll all blow back out of there because they are indeed very tiny. But in any event, you can start that process. You can let Mother Nature help. And if you are careful, over the fourth year, you can have so many Sweet William, you don't know where to go.
Well, and you could, I suppose, if you wanted to do it yourself, you could plant half the seed this year, half the seed the next year, and sort of stagger it so that you've always got flower.
Exactly. And that is a good thing to mention, Mark. That's one of the nice things about a biennial is to help Mother Nature in that ongoing process. One of the things, though, first of all, the plant is in the group called dianthus. Mm-hmm. They're related to a carnation, etc. Quite different, though, in being a biennial. And that, however, indicates the need for being in a dry-ish soil. Now, I don't mean herb-type dry, where it drains in the first 15 minutes after a watering, but we are talking about a spot that won't stand wet. I have used them, again, in one spot. I put them somewhat knowingly in an area that will tend to hold water in the spring. And I disrupted the crop completely. In other words, it all died. So I would say that's the way to handle it, Natalie. And it can be fun. And you can do a little selecting on the colors you like once in a while. But each seed will come up with the flower that it genetically has in it. So just enjoy the whole bunch.
One of my favorites.
Yep,
I love
they
them.
are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Howard and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Circle270media.com